keep saying I'll start on Monday, and Monday never comes. I go on a holiday soon, and I really want a bigger bum and a smaller waist. Can you help?
Look, if you wanna come gym, come. Make sure you put the work in. Some wanna get fit, some wanna get slim, some wanna start competing, but enough of them just can't stop cheating. When their belly is full, they're still eating. Me, I practice what I'm teaching. They don't live what they're preaching. It's a lifestyle for me.
What's up, Fit Fam? This is Giovanni of Gio's Logic, your host of Fitness Junkeez. I hope this show meets you in good health and spirits, and if not, I hope it inspires you to do something about it. Well, I'm beside myself right now because of this young lady sitting next to me. But before we get to that, let's get to this. So I just got shown around by Brittany.
Yes.
In her workout.
Yes.
And I want you to show me the rest of the place.
I would love to.
Awesome.
So what were your favorite pieces so far?
She had me do weighted pull-ups.
Oh, Brittany, yes. Brittany's super hardcore.
Yes.
So I'll show you some of our pieces. So we have Arsenal on the floor, Cybex, Atlantis, and Hammer Strength. But my favorite right now are the Atlantis pieces. Mm-hmm. Did you try them out? Mm-mm. So here are our arm Atlantis pieces. So this is for rear delts. That's my favorite because no other gym has this type of machine.
Nice.
We have biceps and triceps, but I want you to try this rear delt machine. I want you to see how smooth this machine is.
Wow. I was expecting a stick, like up here.
Right.
It's very balanced.
But the gym we put together just according to body parts. You can kind of superset. So like you said, our chest area with shoulders.
Me too.
I just hate it.
I'm like cringe watching myself.
We have chest and back.
So when the gym was like first open, all stressed and
I'm a girl,
eating.
so you know I like the legs and the booty machine.
Of course.
So, one of my favorite presses right here that Frida's on. This is the hip press, so it's gonna hit like all your lower, your glutes, your hamstrings. Get some quad action.
That's Frida right
Booty
there.
blasters over here. I love this. This is my favorite hack squat.
This is
And you can either
Atlantis.
do, it's Atlantis. You
so
can do
hard.
shoulders or the back, so it adjusts. And then my area, the booty. So we have a couple hip thrusts, our swinging hip abductions. We have a posing room here, but it looks like someone's in there. Yes, someone's in there. We have a posing room.
Well, that was a little while ago.
I mean, can we like refilm that?
Yes.
I lost weight since then.
Me too.
Yeah. We look better now.
We do. I mean, when I saw that he cut it earlier today, and I'm like, oh, okay.
I'm like cringe watching like Gio. That's when we first opened, and it was just James and I were the only staff. So
Right.
5 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day.
Oh, shit.
We were just tag teaming all day long, and no sleep, eating bad, and
Well, the gym looked amazing.
The gym looked good.
And it still does.
Yeah.
You still look great.
Yeah, we pulled it together.
Yes.
Now that, things are smooth now and
Yes.
running and operational and going, but
Yes.
that was rough.
So, long time coming. You guys are now a sponsor of the podcast.
Yes.
My new home-based gym.
Yes.
And I love the environment there. I love the culture. Everybody's friendly. And it starts from you and James. You guys manage it because Angel, who I met once, is never there.
Yes.
But talk to me first about you because I want to know how you got into managing a gym. And you can go back as far as you'd like. Go back to your childhood and how it all started.
How fitness started for me.
Yes.
Okay. So I've always been an athlete. I've always liked sports, always been competitive. My parents kept me very busy as a child because I'm the second child, but my older sister is 9 years older than me.
Oh, okay.
So she was going through a teenage phase when, I was a kid and growing up and getting into trouble. So my parents with me decided to keep me as busy as possible in activities. So when I'm a teenager, I don't get into trouble like my sister was getting into. She's definitely like better now, but she was going through that teenage phase. So that's how sports started for me.
Were you here? We grew up here? No.
I grew up in California, Stockton, California.
Oh, I'm from
Anyone
LA.
knows that. Yeah, Stockton.
Don't they have a prison there?
No, but a lot of people from Stockton go to prison. So. Okay. No, it's a great town. It is an awesome town. I loved growing up there. But grew up doing, multiples. I think the only sports I didn't play were soccer and baseball.
Okay.
But it was in track, dance, basketball, swim, volleyball, just you name it, I was in it. And then when it got to high school, I was did basketball, cheerleading, track was my sport, track and cross country.
Okay.
So I'm more of a runner.
Okay.
And I enjoy running, so I enjoy competing. And then that was my childhood. Didn't compete in college, just wanted to be a regular college student.
Right.
Yeah, I was good in track. I had offers, but to me, I just felt like I was like, when you're good, but you're not great, you know what I mean? And I was always kind of like, maybe like I should have been like in a decathlon or something, because I was good at a lot of things, but just not great at it, So I was
Story of my life.
Yeah, I ain't trying to go to college and get dusted, so I just regular college, but I always kept active. And I was always like more of a cardio queen, because I was a runner. So I didn't know much about lifting, even with the sports growing up. Like, they didn't have us in a weight room. So I was just always like running cardio. And then in college, we had a beautiful gym on campus. I went to San Diego State. Okay. And so there I got into like lifting a little bit. Like, I did like a class and we did some squats, right? And maybe 10-pound weights. And that was that. I kind of carried that throughout my life. And then started getting more like wanting to change my physique, starting to kind of like went through like my party phase, obviously, and then kind of grew out of that and wanted to like really shapen up and take care of myself. So I started to, and that's when social media got starting to get more popular, and then fitness channels were popping up. So it really introduced me into a different way of working out, of like bodybuilding essentially, but I wasn't a bodybuilder then, but just lifting weights and sculpting, I guess you could say.
Right. Were you in like the gym world, or were you in like?
No, I wasn't in the gym world. It was just like the online campus commercial gyms, 24-hour fitnesses. I would go do like, I was like the squat queen, but not even on machines. I would just like go by the squat racks, like grab the dumbbells like this, and goblet squat, and do like, I kid you not, do like 10 sets of like 50 reps each. And then I would just go get on the Stairmaster. And that was like, oh my gosh, I did the damn thing. Like, that was my working out. And then I started, when social media came out, then I started to see more and more and like of how to lift, and more demonstrations of girls sculpting and doing all these exercises. And so then I started getting more into that and started kind of picking that up. And then I got really interested, and then, got certified. Got with my first
as a trainer.
Yeah. Okay. Just for the knowledge, but I wasn't training. I never really used that until like way later. Okay. And then just kept active, and this is all just kind of for myself, like, not to sound vain, but I just wanted to look good, right? It was just to look good and feel healthy. And moved from California, like, long story, moved California to the East Coast, moved a couple states, and then ended up in Miami. And Miami is where I started to take bodybuilding, where I really got introduced to bodybuilding. Right. So I had...
Did you have a second phase of party life when you went to Miami?
Of course.
Okay, wait a second.
Yeah.
You missed that.
Yeah,
I was like, wait a second.
Phase. I was living my best life. I was outside.
Okay, awesome.
And then, so that was...
Then you got into bodybuilding.
Working out and training, but who cared about a diet and what alcohol does? I was living my best life. And then, so James, my partner, he, like, I got to the point, like, where my body was not changing, so it was just like, yeah, it's good, I like it, I need a butt, I'm in Miami now, my butt needs more, right? And so I was like, to the point where, like, I'm just get a BBL, or you know what I mean, but I really didn't want to do surgery. And James was kind of like, well, let's get you with a trainer and see if we can build, and if that doesn't work, then we'll get you the butt, And so I got with my first trainer, and he was certifiable crazy. But he was funny. And then that didn't work out because his life was insane, and he would disappear like weeks at a time.
Oh, and that kind of trainer.
Yeah, so that kind of trainer, like, not reliable. So Then James knew my current coach now, Omar. And he knew Omar because James has always been into bodybuilding.
Okay.
He's always like, no, I've never been a bodybuilder, but just been in the scene, been in the sport, had friends in it, just very into it.
Yeah.
Like all the pictures from Arnold back in the day, like he was like a bodybuilding fan, right? So he knew Omar, who is a bodybuilding coach. And he's like, well, let me call my boy Omar. I haven't talked to him in like 20 years, but let's see if we can, get you with him. And then that's when I got the Omar. And
was he out there? In Miami?
In Miami.
Okay.
And he's really good coach. Turns a lot of athletes pro. His wife is a bikini pro. So he was training me. He didn't want me because he's like very serious, like into diet all the time. He's just always on point kind of guy.
Right.
And here I come, like living my best party life. Like I'm drinking bottles and bottles of wine at lunch and dinner and partying at night. So I would come to the gym like reeking of alcohol apparently. But I was like a functional alcoholic, right? This is what I did. Like
it's Miami.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I can party all night, show up and make my 10 a.m. workout session. Fine. So he did not like me at first, and he would like kill me, like in the gym.
Right.
Because he was just like, I hope this girl just quits. She's just an alcoholic, right?
Right.
And he would just kill me. But like I'm competitive, and I like to be the best. So I'm like, he would put me through these intense workouts, and I would do them, and I would fight through, and I would give it my all. And so he's like, this girl doesn't give up. So then he started growing on him, right?
Okay.
And then, like, one day his wife walks in. She's IFBB pro bikini.
Okay.
And I'm like, what? And she was prepping at the time. Like, she's tall, like 5'10", like, you know what I mean? Bikini, lean body. She's pro, so you can imagine, what the bikini pros, they look amazing. Yeah. So I'm like, never saw anyone that looked like her, like a woman. Like, what is that? I want to look like that. Like, what is she? Like, that's the body I've been trying to get. Let's do that. Right. And so he's like, all right, let's do it. And, so then I'm invested. He's more invested. And that's how I got into bodybuilding.
Wow.
I never wanted to compete, but I wanted to do, I think I got it. Well, I kind of got not pushing. Like, when you're in the world, all of a sudden you're like in prep and you're like, how did I get here? Right. That was me. Like, I did a 3-week diet because, Solomon Soraka Photography. He's out in Miami, but he's like very well known, and he's an amazing fitness photographer. His pictures are like insanely beautiful. And I was like, and I was modeling at the time, but I never did fitness modeling. So I was just like, and I started to seeing his pictures, and I see Angie's body, and I'm like, dang, I need this. Like, let's do a photo shoot. So then at the time, I've always like been genetically like blessed in my abs. So like I will put on fat everywhere, but my abs always kind of stay like you'll always see a little definition there. Right. So I don't know, like, you're ignorant to the fact my body wasn't like, it was like it was a square bear, right? It didn't have shape to it, but I had abs, and all I knew was I had a flat stomach and abs, and I thought I looked good. Now I look back at pictures, I was like, you had a lot of confidence. And so I was like telling Omar, I was like, I'm gonna shoot with Soraka, and he comes in, we're talking. I was like, I'm gonna shoot with you. You know what I mean? Like, let's schedule it. And he's like, cool, when you want to do it? I was like, I don't know, I'm free next week. What about you? And he was like, well, tell Omar, to put you on a diet for like, let's do a diet for a month and then come see me. Because I don't know about bodybuilding and they diet down. I don't know any of that.
And you're still living your best life.
I'm living my best life. I had 2 abs. I'm good. Like, you don't see these abs? He's like, you need a diet. Like, I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm like, ouch. And I was like, so then Omar put me on a diet I only did like a 3-week diet before this photo shoot, but my body transformed so fast. Yeah. And so then after that, then James and Omar were like seeing like the potential. That's when they saw the potential, right? Like I died, my body was responding, my shape was coming together. Just in 3 weeks, it responded really fast. And then they're like, I mean, you only really need like another 6 weeks. Like you'll be ready for a show. You know what I mean? So just keep at it. So all of a sudden I'm on prep. And that's how I got into bodybuilding and competing.
And how many shows have you done?
I did 2 amateur shows, and like I got my pro card really fast. I did 1 amateur show, qualified, and nationals was in Miami 3 weeks later, and I got my pro card. Wow. So I got it really fast. Almost too fast because I didn't understand I didn't understand the sport. I didn't understand the levels to it. I didn't understand what a pro card was. I just knew it's cool to have a pro card. Right. I didn't even know who the Manions were. You know what I mean? Right. That's how new I was and ignorant. Right. And I was terrible on stage. Like, if you go back and look at my posing, it was horrible. But somehow I managed to pull off my pro card.
We're going to find a clip and put it in this.
People ask for it all the time, and I will not show it. It's embarrassing.
I'm gonna find
Unless, like, we're drinking and then we want to have, like, a laughing session. Because I'm bow-legged, too, and I can't walk in heels.
Right.
So I'm just, it's terrible. It's terrible. I remember, like, my first show, Jessica Reyes Padilla. She's one of the figure Olympian.
Yes.
The Puerto Rican, right?
Yes.
So she was at the show. So she's telling my coach Omar and James, like, that girl can go pro, but fix her posing, please. Like, and I'm thinking I come on stage and slayed it. All the judges, all my feedback was, dude, never get on stage with that kind of posing or walking again.
Learn to walk.
Yeah, and then they had the nerve to give us a pose down.
Oh, shit.
And yeah, so that show was just bad. It was all bad.
Because this was like your third show, right?
That was my first show.
First show?
Yeah, my
Oh
very
my God.
first show. So this is my very first amateur show. And then Nationals, like, cleaned it up just enough to get the posing to get the pro card. And then...
And was that the show you got your pro card in Miami as well?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Shit. So you up against some girls, I'm sure.
I think, yeah, it was overwhelming, that show, because I went from the first show I did was, like, it was a very small show. There's maybe a total of, like, 7 bikini competitors in the whole show spread out through classes, right?
Right.
So, like, there was nobody.
Everyone won something.
Yeah, everyone won something. We were all winning. We were, like, doing it. And then you go to Nationals, and it's just, like, hundreds and hundreds of bikini girls.
Right.
I was like, oh, what did I sign up for? Like, this is scary.
Wow,
yeah.
that's awesome.
And then I just did, like, 1 pro season.
Okay.
And then, so I think I did 6 shows, and I did that during the COVID year.
Oh, wow,
So,
okay.
yeah, that was rough for me because I started my prep beginning of February, and then everything shut down. But I stayed on prep, and then I think we realized, like, in June, July, things were still kind of not opening up. So I took, like, a 2-week diet break in the summer, but then I jumped right back on and started competing in August. I went from August to end of November. So I was just, like, burnt out. I was done.
Right.
Yeah.
And then it's so weird that time. Were you hooked up with Elevation then? Or?
I was training at Elevation.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was training with Elevation. I knew, like, Angel and I have the same coach. And but that's it. I was just a member, and I was just training at Elevation.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then how did that spark up?
Well, so Angel owns Elevation. He had a partner, and then Peter, now the Angel's partner, bought out Angel's partner into Elevation, right? So Peter started owning percentage, and then Peter brought me on because Peter and I were working on a project before this kind of transpired.
Okay.
And then the Elevation opportunity came up. So Peter goes, well, I know we have this project going on, but what do you think about this? And I'm like, cool, if Angel's cool with it, I'm down. You know what I mean? Like, anyways, everyone's begging to do business with Angel and Peter, right? And you guys are opening the door for me, so why would I say no, you know? But it just kind of, like I said, it just goes with, I guess you can say, like, how you carry yourself from a day to day. Peter, like, sat back, and I didn't know who Peter was. I was training with Peter's wife, Helen, and over for a few years with Omar. And Helen and I just became super tight, super close, and friends. But I always heard about her husband, Peter, this big businessman, but I never met him. I didn't know what he looked like or anything. But Peter kind of moves in the shadows, you know? So
is that the guy that's been in the gym recently with the silver hair?
Yes.
And the cute blonde?
Yeah, that's them.
Oh,
yeah,
very cool.
Yeah, that's them.
And the wife, and I was like, are you competing? And she's like, no, just doing this for fun.
Yeah,
I'm like,
she just looks phenomenal for, like, no reason. She looks great. Like, it's amazing.
So, okay, that's interesting.
I love them. And then, so Helen and I, we started, we became friends, and Peter would just sit back, observe, like, from the shadows. I hadn't met him until maybe, like, 2 years into, like, Helen and I training together.
Oh, wow.
But he knew who I was, and, like, Helen would be like, oh, you were next to Peter on the Stairmaster this morning. I was like, why didn't he say anything, you know? And but he's smart. He's doing his homework. He's just observing. He would ask, like, random people, like, you know that girl over there? Like, what do you think about her? You know what I mean? So he was observing, doing his homework. So when it's all, like, came to me, I'm thinking it's like, oh, I don't know, you just want to do business with me? Cool. No, he did his homework. He sat back, watched, observed, got to know my character, and then we all started kind of doing group things together and really getting to know each other.
And at what point, how many gyms did they have at that point?
At that point, they had, I believe, 4. They had downtown Miami Shores and South Beach were open.
Okay.
Yeah. And then shortly
you have one
after,
more.
yeah, and then they opened North Miami, and then
here, right?
then they started Vegas, and then they just opened in Boca Raton.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
so yeah, expanding. The brand is growing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So Peter was like, "What do you think of the West Coast?" And I was like, "Well, from the West Coast, it'd be nice to be closer to family." So
Right.
that's kind of how it played out. And
Wow.
a lot of like, little things in between, but that's how it, like, in a nutshell, how it worked out.
And then James, how was he involved? Like, he got involved as well.
Yeah. Well, he's just my partner in crime, so
Okay.
you know what I mean? So James used to run and manage clubs in Miami.
Okay.
And so
Nightclubs or gyms?
nightclubs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nightclubs. So he was in the club business.
Okay.
And then when, COVID happened and things kind of went crazy. So it was kind of like a good timing. It was great timing for us, right? Because James was in this transitional phase, and I just kind of brought it to, he was kind of going to be the seller, right? He's born and raised Miami. He's hardcore Miami. So I had to present it to him, but he's very supportive. Like, I am very blessed to have like such a supportive partner. So he's very supportive. So like, he believes in me, and anything I want to do, he'll back me up.
Right.
So I was like, cool, you're willing to do this. You're going to take this leap with me. And he was down, and
So he left all his Miami connections
he did,
in Miami. Wow.
Just to do this. Like, let's see how it rolls,
And big change in lifestyle too. Like,
huge change.
like
yeah.
waking up early
Yeah.
instead of sleeping all day.
Yeah, literally. But James doesn't sleep. Like,
okay.
Yeah, it's weird. He doesn't. The man does not sleep.
Wow.
Yeah. So then he's thriving out here. It's fun. It's kind of
good.
it was like, we had our kinks, as a couple, working together, living together.
Right.
But we're a good team,
Okay.
and
it's been a year and some months?
yeah, a year and some months. Yeah.
Nice.
So this summer we would have been here 2 years, but Elevation officially opened October 1st. So we just had our anniversary this past fall.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So, wow. Now I have the whole history. That's
Yeah.
so cool. So talk to me about your thoughts about kind of the environment that you've tried to create there, and like the culture, and do you have any preconceived thoughts, like, or do you it's just natural for you?
Well, we had some thoughts. Like, if you've been to in Miami, Elevation Miami is very vibey. Angel, that's very important to Angel, is the vibe. There's a lot of great gyms, right?
Yes.
There's a lot of great gyms, but creating a vibe kind of really sets you apart. So when you go to Elevation Miami, it's a vibe, it's a family, it's a party, it's the place to be seen. It's like Club Live, right? Like, it's where you go during the daytime.
Okay.
And so he really did an amazing job with the vibe in Miami. So we knew we wanted to, as best as we could, replicate the vibe. And then we also learned from that the vibe matters, right?
Yeah.
There's beautiful gyms in Miami. Beautiful, but newer, and people like new and shiny, right? Elevation's been around, so now some of the equipment's getting used, but it's a beautiful gym. But people still flock to Miami, to Elevation Miami, because of the vibe, because of the culture. So that's very important. It keeps people staying. It creates a community, right? Like, you don't, when people go to a gym and they're in and out and they're not like attached to the gym, it's just equipment.
Right.
Then it's easy for a membership to be like, I'm having a rough month, go somewhere else. It's, you know what I mean?
Right.
When you create like a vibe and a community, like, it's their gym. It's not my gym. It's their gym. It's the members' gym.
Yeah.
And they take care of that gym like it's their gym, and they take pride in that gym.
Right.
And so even like you just notice a difference if you go to like a commercial gym and to our gym, the gym is well taken care of. Like, we take care of the gym, but our members take care of the gym too.
Right.
You know what I mean? They take pride. They brag about us. They bring their friends. They hang out. We hang out outside of the gym. We do lots of events together. So it's just very important for us to keep that like vibe going, to create the community, and to make it like that place.
So, I just had this thought while thinking about the vibe that you're creating and this podcast. We should do something for Olympia.
Yeah.
We should like maybe set up a studio in
do
the
a live
gym.
podcast in the gym.
Because all the athletes are going to start coming
Yeah.
here, and they're going to probably going to offer free training for
The
Olympians, and just send them in.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I always say like at the tables because we have our lounge tables in the front of the gym, and like it is like that area right there in itself is a reality show.
Yeah.
I always say like I'm gonna just do a podcast here, like table talk at Elevation because the members are hilarious.
That's what we'll call it.
They're so funny, and like we have like the best funniest conversations at that table.
Right.
Like it is like uncensored. It is wild. They say things I'm like, I would not even say that out loud. And they're just, oh no, I don't care. Like
That's
it is
funny.
hilarious.
I think it was in there Friday night, and the Arnolds were on.
Yeah.
And there was like about 5 guys, and we were all watching the competition, and everyone was talking, and it was like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah, it's like a hangout.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we have members like they'll come to the gym like just to kick it, and they're not even working out that day.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right,
It's like
right.
Club Elevation, and I love that. Like I want a spot where people just like it's their home, and they don't have anything to do. Like let me go to the gym and kick it because I have friends there.
Right.
It's fun, and then it's not cliquey at all, right?
Yeah.
Like. New members, when they come in, it could look a little cliquey because the tables, but so you kind of see the new members, they're a little shy. So they kind of like walk by the tables, like head down. And then with a little we have like little backpacks on. And then next thing they'll know, like they'll kind of stop. Oh, is that microwave? Can I use it? I'm like, yes, it's for everyone. You want coffee, And then then they'll take their food to go, and then they'll leave. And the next thing you know, they're sitting down and they're starting to they open up and they start to realize because everyone's so friendly, right?
Yeah.
So they start to feel real comfortable really fast, and and next thing you know, everyone's like, this is the new best friend. This is the new best friend. It's so cool.
Right.
Yeah.
So you get all different kinds of people there, from weekend warriors to casual workouters to pro bodybuilders, like Frida, and ended up in that video, and I've been trying to get her on the show.
You kind of had her.
I know, but she was in that girl, man. She's busy. I give her that, but she has a clothing line now.
Yeah, she has a lot going on.
Yeah, we gotta promote that thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, so talk about the different levels of like athletes that come there, and I mean, we talked about Olympia, how it kind of goes in phases because there's so many shows here now, bodybuilding shows. Yeah. So you're probably getting a good flex of like kind of in a rotation. We're coming into the season now too.
Yeah. Starting to see everybody prep. Everyone memberships are going up. People are getting serious now.
Yeah.
We have all levels in our gym. So we have the people that's never stepped foot in the gym, to our lifestylers, to our professional bodybuilders that come in. Our gym, it's not a bodybuilding gym. I like to say it's a lifestyle gym. It's a gym for everybody. You know what I mean? And I like that environment. And we have a great environment where the super serious professional bodybuilders interact with the first timers, you know what I mean? Yep. And everyone mixes really well together.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy with that. I know how as bodybuilders, we kind of like to, we're in our ways. We like to have our equipment to ourselves. You don't like to, really share, and we're in our zone, right? We're serious. We got a competition to win. But they've been good in our gym as far as being able to play nice with the lifestylers and still get their hardcore workout in, and it's fun.
And be respectful too, because a lot of tripods in that gym.
Yeah.
And I think most of I would call them boutique gyms like that. Yeah. They allow people to come in and bring those in. But I think everyone seems to be really respectful.
They are. It's not out of hand in our gym. They're not really in the way. Maybe a cute few here and there, and that's just the way of the world today. But I do have the policy, if your tripod's up, it can't be in anybody's way. It can't be blocking a machine. And you have to be okay with people
walking in front of your camera. That's what editing's for. You know what I mean? So I tell like everybody in the gym, if you see a tripod, don't walk around it. Don't adjust, you know, you can walk through it, and everyone shooting knows that as well. And me personally, like I train early in the morning, so a lot of people don't catch me training. So when I'm filming, like it's early, there's really no one in the gym.
Sunday morning's a good time.
Yeah, it is. Sunday mornings are a great time, or like super early in the morning. But I like personally love when people like walk in front of my camera and do something funny, because it just adds character. Like I put that in my videos, like it's hilarious, you know. But definitely not out of hand, and everyone is still respectful with their tripods and cameras too.
So I just had Flex Lewis on the show. He's going to be my 100th episode show.
Wow.
Yeah, and he knows Angel.
Yeah.
And he was talking about his gym, and he said that one time he had to ask a dude to leave because his vibe wasn't on. Have you ever had to like pull someone up and go, yo, dude, you out?
I haven't had to, I've only had to kick one person out, but that wasn't that person was just looking for trouble type person, you know what I mean? Just like looking to fight. So yeah, he had to go. There were like a few people like we've had to pull to the side and talk to, you know what I mean? And just kind of, you know, some people like they take their experiences from other gyms and they carry that with them, right?
Right.
And I understand that, you know, but this is different. You're starting new, and you can't take bad experiences you've had and automatically put that on some member here that did nothing to you.
Leave your luggage at the door.
Leave your luggage at the door. And you know what I mean? These people aren't looking for trouble. You're the one. And people sometimes don't understand they're the problem. Right? And you have to tell them in a nice way, they're not the problem. You're the problem.
Right.
And because the ones that are the problems, they bring it to you. Right? The ones that like, I'm like, I understand what you're talking about, but you're the problem, you know, and you have to say it in a nice way.
Right.
And as long as you can talk to people and like relate to people, and I joke to them about it. Like James is great. James is better at it, but we'll tell him like, man, you're the problem. You know, see, and we'll start laughing at them, you know what I mean? And kind of break them in, and they'll kind of sit back and think about it, and they'll start laughing, you know?
Right.
And then we'll kind of get a little more serious, but like, no, real talk. I understand your experience at the other gyms. I've seen that too. Trust me, I know these members, and that person you're talking about has been a day one here. I have seen them interact with people, and they're not a problem. So I think you're creating something out of nothing because you have trauma, you know? And yeah, we've had to have a few of those conversations, and it took a little finessing, you know what I mean? But then eventually they kind of see like, oh yeah, that guy's not staring at me crazy, you know?
Right. Just totally off the topic of that, but what did you think about Bruna's 4th place in wellness?
I'm very proud of Bruna. Bruna did amazing. Bruna deserved better.
She deserves
a higher placing. I'm just gonna put it out there. She got robbed. Yeah, she looked phenomenal. Like, I mean, that girl, like, she is. And let's keep in mind, Bruna's young.
Yeah.
Bruna is
young in the sport too.
She's young in the sport, and she's 10 years younger than these girls that she's on stage with.
Her
right?
other Brazilian girls.
Yeah, and I just think she's one to watch, because that girl, that body, like, you know what I mean? She really just she has the it factor. She's gonna go really far, and I like try to say like if did you watch the whole artist? Did you watch prejudging?
No, I didn't watch prejudging.
Okay, so I would have freaked out if I were her, like if I was in her position. And in comparisons, she was next to Francielle. Right. It was Francielle, and Bruna was on the end, right? So Bruna is only getting compared in comparisons to the number one person in the world. Right. There's no one on the other side of Bruna to say like, Bruna's killing that other person. The only, like, it was Bruna and Francielle, and then the other lineup was over here.
Right.
And to come out in first call outs, like, you know what I mean? Being next to, like, she did not, like, get overshadowed by the number one person. Right. She stood her ground, and they looked at Francielle and looked at Bruna and said, yep, she's first call out too, because she's just as good, you know?
Wow.
And that was, like, that to me
so
like,
she must have been like,
mind
how
blowing.
did I drop?
Yeah. You know, it's just like, it's with the sport, it's crazy. It's always it's about, you know, there's a fine line with peaking, you know what I mean, and bringing your best body. And you know, I know was disappointed her glutes didn't fill out as much as they should, and I can vouch to that because I see her in the gym daily. I see the pictures. I talked to her husband Nate, and I did, you know, like what she was presenting in the gym. They did like a practice peak. It didn't for some reason translate. I don't know if it was the traveling or whatnot, but she didn't showcase her best body. So I know she's very disappointed in that. But like not showcasing your best body and still placing fourth at Arnold's freaking amazing.
Yeah.
So I just say, like, watch out for like Samson. Like, she's gonna be competing at Samson on the 23rd, and that girl's gonna crush it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go because what's his face? The guy that runs Samson.
Yeah, Pat.
Yeah. He's like, come in the morning and just I'll take care of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
He will. Good people. Yeah.
So, yeah, like I like her body better than Franciella.
Well, I do too.
Because
you can't really say that out loud, but I just did.
Her butt is her legs are too massive.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't go that way, and like these girls just decide to get bigger and bigger legs.
Well, that's the thing too. I think that's what the league is struggling with right now, because I think when wellness first started, well, the idea with when wellness was first presented was like a Bruna type body, right? That was supposed to be wellness,
right?
You know, not super big. Then wellness came in, and you had physique girls dropping down to wellness with just huge, massive legs and striations and chest muscles. And I think wellness ended up getting bigger than what it was supposed to be. And but I think the league is trying to correct that now. You know what I mean? Because I know there's been conversations about it. And because, you know, everything evolves. I mean, if you look at where Bikini was 10 years ago, it was a soft beach body. Look 100%. Now. So if the girls are this huge now, like, where's it going to go? Where's it? There's no room to evolve, right?
Same thing with men's physique.
Yeah.
That's like, why these guys are so big.
Yeah, that's why they put a weight cap on. Yeah. So I think the league is very aware of this and what's happening.
Right.
And I think the future is going to be more towards a Bruna look, you know, but.
It's, you know, I've talked to some coaches, judges, and they just kind of say they don't necessarily have it in their mind that a certain look is going to win, but they kind of look at it like who's got the best presentation on that day.
Yes, exactly.
And if it's the girl with the bigger butt, then that's the way it goes. So I don't know. I just
and, you know, there's this, like, everyone has the standard. Everyone knows what to look for, but people are people. Everyone's different. So everyone's perspective is different, and everyone's interpretation of the wellness body is going to be different. So from judge to judge, you're just, you know, they're going to judge a little differently, right? So it kind of just depends, like, who you're in front of, what they're looking for, what their definition of the standard is, you know, and that's who's going to win, and then who presents well, you know?
Yeah. Talking about Flex again, he was talking about his, you know, 7 in a row, and he's like, it's so much more than just becoming the best version of you, because you're dealing with these judges that have personalities, they're human, they've got, there's a whole nother game you have to kind of play with the judges.
They're people, you know. Just think about it, like, if you were a judge, like, you can say all you want, I'm judging fairly, and then I can vouch for, like, James and I, we work shows, we've been with the judges, and they do. They all say, you know what I mean, and they do the best. We've had conversations with them on, like, why now? Why her over her? You know what I mean? And, you know, I get it, right? Yeah. But naturally, if I'm a judge, I'm the judge. Lisa Wilbon is the judge. Bruna is in front of me. I'm going to judge fair. I'm going to do my best to judge fairly, but because I know her, my eyes are going to focus on her more, right?
Right.
So she's going to get more eye time from me than maybe the girls on the side. Right. You know what I mean? And that's just human nature.
Right.
It is what it is.
Right.
So I'm just saying, if, like, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. Honestly, I'm just saying that's life. Life is what life is.
Yes.
And you work your ass off to get this body to hit the stage, but there's another factor. There is a getting to know the judges, showing up at seminars, being the face of the sport, being a good role model. Those factors do play in now than the person who just doesn't even invest herself in the sport. They do them. They don't even try to show up to events. They don't try to support anything else. They just show up to the stage, right? It's to a person who's doing the posing seminars, who's helping Sandy put these on, who's helping coach the girls, right?
Yeah. And there's this thing called our subconscious that we don't even know how it affects us.
Literally.
We don't even know that maybe some of the history with that person, even though your conscious mind says, I'm focusing on what's in front of me, on the subconscious level, you're drifting towards that person.
You are. And there's just some people who are just personalities that are just lovely to be around, right? And you're always, you meet, then they leave a good first impression, and then you meet them next, your serotonin goes up. You're like, I like her, I don't know why, right? You had a great first impression of her, so it plays a part.
Yeah.
It really does.
I mean, you talk to someone like Flex, and he calls it out, and he's like, that's part of how I did 7 in a row.
Yeah.
And that's crazy,
It
doing
is.
that. What do you think about the supplements in the sport, and especially for bikini, since that would be where you would go, and it's part of the sport now.
Yeah, very much so.
And what are your thoughts?
I mean, I'm like, do you boo? Like, do you boo? Like, if you know what I mean, I say definitely if you're gonna do supplements, be responsible on them. Do your homework yourself. You can't always rely on coaches these days, because I will say it, I'm around it 24/7 now. There's some great coaches out there. They do their homework. They know their shit. They stay up on research and medical studies and reports and the science behind it, and really get it. And then there's coaches that know just what these supplements do. I don't care about my athletes' overall health. I'm just gonna throw them on because I care about the temporary benefits of it, right? Like, there's so many girls, I'm like, gosh, you're so young, you're gonna be jacked up, you know what I mean? And I feel bad for them. So it's a fine line. It is what it is. This sport is what it is. You don't gain all that mass and size without
a little help.
You know what I mean? I think us in the bodybuilding field, we get it, right? I think to the average person on the outside looking in, they don't get it. They think if you take steroids and you do this, I'm gonna be Nick Walker, right? No, it doesn't work that way. When you coach, you train. So when a girl comes in and you have them squat, and their first thing, what do they say? The ones that don't understand it. Oh, I don't want to get bulky. I'm like, boo boo, you're not.
If you keep eating like shit, you will.
You are. Trust me, you're not. You know what I mean? And but I mean, I'm for it. I'm just you just have to be really smart about it, because it can be very dangerous, right? So it can really screw you up. So just be very smart on it. And people nowadays are so open. I'm not saying have a conversation at a dining room table or in the middle of the gym, but maybe pull someone to the side that's invested in the sport, get a second opinion. You know what I mean? Because I see coaches putting bikini girls on more stuff that the Mr. Olympia is on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that is crazy to me.
Yeah.
And for bikini girls, especially bikini girls, you don't really need to be on anything. And if you are, just very little.
Yeah.
Why are you on more stuff than Mr. Olympia? Why? That is ridiculous. So, I just think be smart about it. Do your homework. Always check your health. Always get your blood work done. You know what I mean? And just really stay on top. Just be responsible about it.
So now that we're talking about coaches a bit, talk about your coaches at the gym and your internal coaching program.
Just like, well, we have several coaches. They all run their own business, so they're all
Okay.
like independent trainers at the gym.
Are you looking for more? Like kind
Yeah,
of
we're
like,
always bringing in more.
Okay,
So yeah,
okay.
yeah, come in. We have room. If you're an independent trainer, rent is very, very decent at our gym. It's a good atmosphere. The trainers we do have at the gym, they pick up clients very fast too. So it's a really easy gym to grow.
Okay.
You know, we have a lot of great coaches in the gym. We have a lot of trainers in the gym. It's about a handful that coach and a handful that are just trainers, you know? So, the coaches in the gym, I say that they're all very different. So it just kind of depends on, you have to find your best match, right?
Yep.
Like this person could be a great coach, but is that a fit for you? Is the way they communicate a good fit for you? Is the way they train you a good fit for you? You have to find someone that you will respond well to, right? That also knows their stuff. I will say that, like, I do believe the coaches in my gym, they're top tier. They do know their stuff. You know what I mean? They know their stuff very well. So I wouldn't like want to recommend one over another because they're good. You know what I mean? And I would put my name in vouch for any of them. I see what the programs they write. I see how they train. They're really good coaches. I ask them questions all the time because I'm always learning.
Right.
And they know their stuff. You
Right,
know,
right.
and they're good. So honestly, it just depends on what the fit is. Like if you're going to be you're looking to be wellness, Nate all day. You know what I mean? Maybe Bikini Masters, D all day. You know, it just kind of depends on the athlete. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
And if they're, want to lose, 100 pounds, it might be someone else.
yeah, if you want lifestyle, I would say Whitney all day, right? Like, you know what I mean? We just have really good coaches, and it's just whatever fits you.
Yep.
You know.
And then you have trainers that are part of the gym as well.
So we just have we have Julia. She's our in-house trainer.
Okay.
And she's there. Yeah, she's amazing. She's young. She's growing. She's like, I love her because she's like so energetic and spunky and just happy all the time. Just energy, right?
Right.
So when I'm grumpy, you got Julia. That is just a ray of sunlight, you know. So
Nice.
I love her. And so she's there to be our in-house trainer. We do sell elevation packages, as well as we offer first-time members, first-time everybody one complimentary session.
Okay.
So Julia's there for that, and it also works out too because when you have newbies come in that are very unfamiliar with equipment, then you have Julia to walk them through and to train them and to also show them how to navigate the gym, and that's very important.
Right.
Yeah.
And you have a posing room.
We have a posing room. Yes.
Yes, which we saw in there. We didn't see it because someone was in there.
We knocked on it.
So, and anyone can go in there, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Right now, we just keep it wide open. It's first come, first serve, and I don't people ask me about doing a list, but I don't we haven't gotten that need, right? No one hogs the posing room.
Right.
You know, they've been all really respectful up until this point where I haven't had to sit there and do a timesheet or reserve, right? So,
That's good.
they're in 15, 20 minutes at a time,
Right.
so it's fine.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, you have limited space there, but you seem to have fit a lot of stuff in there, a lot of cool machines, especially the leg machines.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the better outfits of different leg machines.
It's fun.
You have a functional area.
Yes.
Which we didn't see, but it's a cool, decent-sized functional area. What else are you gonna put in there? Are you gonna knock the next room?
Well, there is room to grow. So keep your fingers crossed. Keep up to date. There is room to grow. So yeah, we there's a garage in the back that eventually where the leg room is. So eventually we'd like to kind of break down and expand into that and add a few more pieces.
Okay.
You know, so. Things coming in the future.
And what about supplements or juice bar?
Yeah, so
or
Elevation is coming out with supplements. We've already dropped our pre-workout, so the company's Train, TR8IN.
Oh, okay. I saw that.
Yeah, so we dropped the pre-workout, and there's a lot coming. There's what is it?
Creatine?
No, whey protein.
Okay.
So we have the pre-workout. We're gonna have an intro workout. a post-workout, I think a vitamin coming, like 5 products, and an RTD drink. So it's going to be an RTD. Oh, God, Angel's going to kill me. It's an RTD.
We'll cut this part out.
It's not a pump, but what is it that, it's a drink. It's something that we all take. I mean, I am like losing it right now.
It's okay. Maybe it's the tequila. We'll blame it on the tequila.
He made me drink before this, so his fault. No. I didn't ask for it, he did. But they're dropping, so I've only been able to sample to try the pre-workout, but I love the pre-workout.
Is it going to be available in the gym?
The pre-workout's available now. It's good. It's really good. Like, I really don't like pre-workout, but it's really well formulated. Like, I don't think what people understand is like like Angel's been working on this for years. So it's not like the commercial gyms that open up their supplement line, and it's just something generic and they stamp their name on it and they sell it in the gym.
Right.
This is actually like a legit, like, science-based, been in the labs working on this to get the right product, like the right consistency, the right formulation. It's top tier product. So like with the pre-workout alone, there's like 4 key ingredients. Most supplement lines out there with their pre-workout have like they only invest in 2 of these key ingredients.
Right.
So Angel invested in 4. So there's 4 key ingredients. It is very fast acting. It's one of those pre-workouts like you don't have to wait for it to absorb in your body because there's the ingredient in there to make it for fast absorption.
Got it.
As soon as you drink that, you're like ready to go, and it sustains you. So I feel like now, like I was like getting out of like trying to do pre-workouts, and now I can't train without it because it's just the push is so good on it.
Right. Okay. And are you expecting anything like another location in Vegas?
We are working on it.
Okay.
Yeah, we are working on it. So
Nice.
stay tuned.
Nice.
We're always expanding. We're growing.
Nice.
It just opened up in Miami, so it's time for us here. But yes, we are looking. We're actively looking. We have our eye on some locations. So
Nice.
yes.
And anything, promotions that you want to bring up? Any topics? Any, you talked about the everyone can get a free session or free workout.
We offer a free complimentary training session. Not only that, if you're local, we do offer first timers a free complimentary day to try out the gym. So just bring us some kind of proof that you're local, and we're gonna let you train and try out the gym for free. You can even take advantage of a training session with Julia.
Oh, wow.
So we do offer that. Once a month we have like a member appreciation day, where it's like an open house. So regardless if you've been there before or not, we won't charge day passes. We invite all to come in, bring your friends, bring your family, try out the gym. So we love that. We're constantly doing like little events, having vendors set up. We love when vendors come. They love to they set up, they sample their products and give it to the members. So it's fun. Yeah.
Right. And I saw what's her name? I just lost her name. She did a posing seminar there.
Sandy?
No, it wasn't Sandy. It was. She's gonna hate me for not for
Bikini Girl?
Yeah, Bikini.
We did a posing seminar.
It was like.
Oh my gosh, you're rubbing. Oh my gosh, oh my God, Lauren
Yes,
Adams.
Yes.
You're making
Sorry,
me forget
Lauren.
names. Sorry, Lauren.
No, we're drinking tequila.
Fitness. It's like tequila. Yes. She did a posing seminar when she was here, so that went well. So we love that stuff. So like, I'm never really saying no. So if someone like wants to host an event there, you know what I mean, I'm open to it. So if you have a brand, a company, or you want to do like an event, like we're open. Just come to me. We have the space. It brings people to my gym, so it's a win for me. So I love hosting stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna do a podcast, Olympia podcast. What'd you call it?
Yeah, Olympia podcast.
Table talk.
Table talk at the 8.
I love it.
At the 8, just talk to our members. They're hilarious. It's like gonna be a comedy show.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for making the time. Finally, I got you in here.
My first podcast.
Yes, it was
Did I
great.
do okay?
You're great.
I
You're
talked a lot.
You're a great talker. It's perfect. That's what we want. It's so terrible when I get someone that's like, yeah, and I'm like, a little more. So you were great. You were great.
Thanks.
Now we're gonna get James
We'll
on.
get James in. James loves to talk, so he'll be easy.
And then I want to get Frida. We gotta get Frida.
We gotta get Frida. I'll apply the pressure when I see her.
Yes, do please.
Yeah, there's a lot of good people. Who have you had in our gym so far?
Well, I've had Lauren.
Okay.
I've had Nate and Bruna. I've had you.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get D. I
You gotta
had
get
Whitney.
D.
D's. Sometimes people say no or get busy because they're nervous.
That's true. That was me. I was running. I was like, look, I don't do podcasts, Gio. I don't do interviews. You broke me down.
But
okay.
it's so
It was fun. It was fun.
Right.
It was fun. I was like, D would be good. Ivan, have you met Ivan?
I don't think
He trains at night. He's bald. Black guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
He's
good.
Brazilian, right? Or,
He's Haitian? Ivan's Haitian.
right, he's not.
Yeah.
In
So he's a coach and he's gonna be doing his pro debut this year. Yeah,
Oh.
Masters. So
Okay. I gotta get him.
Yeah, you gotta get him.
And then
Who am I
is
missing?
it Adam?
Adam, you have to have Adam.
Yeah.
See you later, Leaner.
Yeah.
Adam's booming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the
With the why can't I remember anything right now? The
tequila.
thing, the little machine.
Yeah. I'm gonna get him.
Yeah, get
and,
Adam.
I just want to, get the family on here, and promote the gym.
It'll be fun.
But again, thank you, Angel.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yes, and guys, like, share, write a review. Until next time, Fit Fam, I'm out.